Paris is falling as lack of integration, mass migration, and divisive hatred are all causing absolute chaos on the streets of the capital. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Let's be honest. Let's not lie about what's actually going on around the world, specifically in Europe, Western Europe. As Douglas Murray said in the past, that Europe is dying. This is the death of Europe as we know it, because everything that's happening right now, the division in society and culture that we have, is the fault of the government that we've had. It's the fault of the system and the states, because if they thought that they could use a short-term plaster of mass migration, economic migration, for example, to increase their GDP without realizing that there will be negative consequences, well, it's their fault. If lack of integration is happening, it's their fault because they brought too many people at once in one corner. It will not be easy to integrate. Not only that, certain people from certain cultures are not adaptable when it comes to the other nationalities that they would encounter. That's just the reality. And at the same time, when you've caused chaos economically with the cost of living crisis, with your own people, for example, in this case, France, this happens. Now we have a lot of footage from Paris over the last couple of days. The escalation continues. Migrants are kicking off. We also had the divisive hatred. People have lost their lives. And again, the stability of the system and the culture is down to the government and the state. That's the reality. If you're not going to have an actual united nation, this is what happens. At the same time, NPR in America, the media outlet, decided to write this article about the clashes, actual riots, and actual attacks. They said the gathering was largely peaceful. What? What do you mean largely peaceful? I mean, we've been joking a couple of years ago when you had the BLM lots and the Extinction Rebellion and all the others causing trouble. And someone in the media would say, oh, well, it was largely peaceful. And then we start making memes and jokes saying, largely peaceful. I didn't think the left and left-wing media would still use those words. They literally said the gathering was largely peaceful, though some youths threw projectiles and set a few cars and garbage bins on fire. What? Okay, youths. You mean the migrants, obviously. And then you had the French on the other side. And everybody's attacking everybody. Everybody hates everybody. And you go out there saying, well, it's helping the GDP. Doesn't help the GDP. It could be short term. But if you don't really have a united society, then you cannot have anybody integrating. That, for example, in places like Germany, and now there's Sweden, but specifically Germany, they have lost their own national identity, and that was already happening anyway over the last few decades. And then in 2015, Angela Merkel opened the door for mass migration and thought everything's going to be fine. Now you have old school, third generation migrants in these countries, including the UK, and they are the ones, or second generation, they are the ones who are fighting against migration. You wonder why? The left don't understand this concept. The left still say, well, you are a traitor to your own race and your own skin color. If you're somehow connected to someone from a different continent or country, you cannot be against migration. Yes, you can. There's a difference between not just legal versus illegal, but there's also a difference between integrated and someone who's passionately proud to be part of their new country, and someone who's a traitor, actual traitor to the current country. That's the reality. And someone needs to talk about this. I mean, we're all going to get cancelled at some point anyway, so let's just do it. All right. We will keep you guys posted on what's going on in Paris and, of course, in our own lovely country. The best thing you can do is subscribe to the channel. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.